Welcome to week 8 of the Balanced Body Blueprint. This week is all about pressing pause so that we can revisit, reflect, and recommit. You have been putting in the work for 2 months now. Can you believe it? It's been 2 months. And this is the perfect time to check in with yourself, not just on your results, but on how you're showing up and who you're becoming and the old you that you are actually letting go of. So I love this quote from Layla Hormozi, an absolute powerhouse of a woman, because it is so obvious, but at the same time, we are often trapped by who we are right now. So she says, we can't become who we need to be by remaining as we are. And I love this because, again, we're trapped by this mold that we've been in for some time, and it is very uncomfortable to step out of it. We have to get uncomfortable and we have to stop clinging to old versions of ourselves if we want to reach our dream bodies and lifestyles. And I always call this the cocoon phase, right? When you see a butterfly, it started off as a caterpillar, right? And that caterpillar had to go through a pretty hard process to become that beautiful butterfly that you see flying around. It had to become a cocoon, and then it actually melts down into this goo and reforms as the butterfly. It's kind of incredible. And that is what I think of anytime that I am shifting my identity, anytime I'm becoming this next version of myself. It is uncomfortable and it's very hard and it feels like being goo. So I hope that resonates for you and just helps you to have some inspiration and also some hope. Like the beautiful butterfly is on the horizon. We are working towards her right now. So how are we going to get here? Here's what to expect. So, what we're focusing on in order to make this shift is number one, reflecting on your progress so far. So, the wins, the lessons, everything in between, who you've become in this process so far. Then, reconnecting with your deeper why and your future vision that we worked on in week 1 of this program. Then, we're going to recommit to the next 4 weeks of the program with clarity and with intention. So I want you to think of this week as a reset button, not because you've done anything wrong, but because reflection makes the next phase even more powerful. We do these often, and there is a reason behind it. And I want to share a story with you from my first bikini competitor client. Absolutely love this woman so much, Nicole. This story is going to, oh my gosh, really land. I hope it really lands for you this week. So inspiring. So this is Nicole Bigham. When Nicole first joined me, she was stuck in this classic cardio bunny loop. And if you haven't read this already, this woman, oh my gosh, busy as fuck. Emergency room nurse, school nurse, mom of 3, and she became a bikini athlete in the process of this. She didn't start there though. She was in that cardio bunny loop. She was a lifelong runner, track and cross country athlete, and she had no shortage of grit. But that grit was being poured into the wrong strategies. She lived through decades of disordered eating. She bounced between extreme diets like Optavia and Herbalife, and she spent most of her gym time punishing herself on the treadmill. At that point in her life, she was a nurse, a wife, a busy mom of 3 busy, awesome, and athletic children, but she felt like she had disappeared. Her identity was tangled in roles that gave to everyone but herself. And she feared heavy lifting, like so many of us do at first. She was worried that it was going to make her bulky. But when she saw me doing my bodybuilding competitions and she saw how I transformed my body, something clicked for her. She wanted to feel strong again. She wanted to feel sexy again and like herself, but this time a little bit better. And this was her starting point. She was in this place where she had broken trust with her body. She was living on light weights and restriction, and yet she was ready for a new identity. After our first 4 months, I will say, like our first 4 months together, they weren't flashy, but they were foundational. Nicole learned how to track her macros in a way that felt nourishing and not obsessive. She also slowly let go of that belief that cardio, more of it, was going to produce more results. And she started training with heavier weights than she ever thought that she could. And she saw her body change, not just in how it looked, but also in how it moved, how it felt, how it showed up to everything. The energy was insane. And this phase was all about unlearning. We broke a lot of the food rules that she came into the program with. We also challenged old identities that she had. She discovered that eating more could actually shape her body and not sabotage it. And her photos tell the story. You can see that she's leaner, she's more muscular, she's more confident. But the real change was in her mindset. She started to believe, hey, maybe I'm not broken. Maybe my body and my metabolism are not broken. Maybe I'm powerful. And that shift was freaking everything. Look at this. Absolutely amazing. Over the next few years, this was a few year transformation here. She completely stepped into this new identity as a bikini competitor. She committed to multiple prep seasons, each one refining not just her physique, but her mindset. With every cut, reverse, build phase, we hit pause and we asked, hey, am I still aligned with my goals? Who am I becoming in the process of this? Why does this matter to me right now? And that rhythm of revisiting, reflecting, recommitting, that's what made her journey so sustainable. She was able to do multiple competitions and she was able to build muscle and cut and do it in a healthy, sustainable way. And she did that through these reconnections that we did. And she wasn't just blindly pushing and then quitting when it got hard, because it always gets hard. She was just consciously evolving. And Nicole's journey wasn't just linear, it was layered. It was all anchored in self trust and recommitment to her next evolution. And I love this video of Nicole too. She is that woman. She is the one that went from fearing heavy weights to flexing confidently on stage in her red sparkly bikini. And she's the one who didn't place in her first show. But she came back, she built her body, and she took home a trophy the next time. And you can see that here. And she's the one who maintained her results. This is what she looks like now. And now she actually coaches other women with empathy, strength, and experience. And where she gets the time for this, I have no idea. Don't ask me. But she didn't arrive here by being perfect. She arrived here by being resilient. She recommitted through family chaos, through self doubt, through fear of failure. And that's why I wanted to share her story this week, because you may not be a bikini competitor. You may not be in here to look exactly like Nicole. Maybe she inspires you, but this is your moment to do the same thing. It's your moment to revisit your why, to reflect on how far you've come, to recommit to the woman that you are becoming. So, your next 4 weeks and beyond, this could be your most powerful yet. So, let's freaking go. I hope this one was inspiring for you. So, the main goal this week is very simple. We're going to pause, reflect, and recommit. So, I want you to ask yourself, what's working for me right now? What needs work? And who am I becoming in this process? If you walk away from this week with one clear recommitment for the next 4 weeks, that is a massive win. And just a few quick reminders as you do go throughout this process. Reflection is not wasted time. It's what makes growth stick long term. So be honest with yourself, but drop the judgment. Data, not drama. And remember, small shifts in identity create big shifts in action. And this is about becoming her step by step. So your focus for this week, we only have one video, and this is on identity shifting, who you're becoming and unbecoming. And then you're going to complete a reflection and recommitment exercise, and then share that with me in your next check-in. That's it. We're going to keep it very simple. We're going to go deep, and we're going to let this week refuel you for the final stretch of this phase. So let's freaking go. I will see you in the next one.